I joined Ferroalloys and I am continuing in the same field for the last 38 years. So I could get opportunity to do my PhD also in Ferroalloys. That is the only PhD in Ferroalloys so far. So I feel it is encouraging for further people also. Okay, anyhow, this is my background, and now I am working as a consultant for Jindal Stainless and Vedanta 45 MA furnace, and I am doing some work for Vizag Steel Plant also. And so I am busily engaged in sharing my knowledge with various groups. That is my background. And once we move to the topic, my topic is global alternate ferrochrome production routes. Okay, in this I want to discuss with you what is the status of ferrochrome production in India, what other countries are producing, why we are not able to adapt that, what is the situation. Yeah, out of all ferroalloys, ferrochrome is an important one, which is mainly used for stainless steel, whose main purpose is for corrosion resistance, which is known to everybody. This ferrochrome smelting is carried out in many routes all over the globe. Like I told, it is being carried out in many routes. The many routes means what type of routes I will discuss in the later part. And the main raw materials required for this ferrochrome production, for your kind information, chrome ore, like any metallurgical process, ore, coke and fluxes, like quartz and bauxite. Depending on smelting routes adopted, norms of the process and economics achieved. You agree with me? Suppose whatever the route we are adapting, whether it is an agglomeration route, taking more agglomeration or taking more lumpy ore or whatever it is, the selection of reductants, all this decides the economics of the process. So how it will decide and what other people are doing, let us discuss. What is the Indian scenario? The Indian scenario is, in India, out of total ferroalloy production, out of around 6 million tons, per annum, ferrochrome occupies about 30 to 35% of its share. One third of ferroalloys production is only ferrochrome. As lumpy chrome ore is very scarce throughout the globe, producers are dependent on different agglomeration techniques. It is a very critical point. In India also, we have chrome ore only in Orissa, that is also near Jajpur Road area. That is, chrome ore is owned by OMC and Tatas. So they also don't have much lumpy, that is very scarce. So in India, chrome ore is mainly available in the state of Orissa, as I told you, and ferrochrome plants are also situated in the same state mostly. Mostly ferrochrome plants are in Orissa only due to logistics advantage, as they can have ore immediate to the next doorstep. And when we are discussing about the Indian scenario, briquettes is the general agglomeration technique chosen, and instead of lumpy ore, in India almost 100% briquettes are used as ore, which has certain limitations like strength issues along with advantages like better reducibility. As we don't have lumpy ore, whatever fines we are getting from the mines, people are acquainted by doing briquetting, and 100% ore is being fed in form of briquettes. That is the main thing what we are doing in India, and we are once we are accustomed to it and we are following that, and whatever results we are getting and whatever economics is being worked out, we are happy with that. And overall, without any change, same production techniques are being continued, compromising for initial huge investments. I am in this field for the last 38 years. I am seeing the same briquettes route which is being followed in India, though they are observing other routes in other parts of the world. Because of the initial huge investments, we are not preferring to go for other routes. Why? Because we have to invest little, and little means whatever we can afford to do it, and then we have to get the fruits out of it. That is normally the thinking. But my motto of this presentation is our thinking should be changed, and on long run you will have advantage by switching over to the other routes. So what are the other routes available in ferrochrome production? Autocompo process, that is making pellets and preheat the pellets and charge that pellets into a closed furnace. That is the summary. And plasma arc technology. This is a direct plasma arc which is generated, which is used for production of ferrochrome. Main its function is utilization of more fines. In South Africa, there are many plants. South Africa is the hub of ferroalloys production, and so plasma arc technology is there, Outokumpu is there, and with preheating of raw materials. Recently, South Africa has developed what we are doing in India. Whatever raw materials like ores, cokes, and coals, whatever we are having, same with the same moistures we are feeding to the furnace. But they have developed a process. In the Debin stage itself, they will preheat with the heaters, and then only they will take to the furnace, and they can save a lot of power. In other words, they can increase their productivity. That is one way they are doing. And the final one is Dama technology. It is very recently being talked in India. This Dama technology is, I will discuss about the details of that also. It is a better separation of metal and slag, with which you will have better recovery and good norms. And so first let us discuss about the Outokumpu process, which is being adopted at many places other than India. So this process includes green pelletization, preheating of pellets in a vertical shaft kiln with furnace flue gases as a recirculation. The closed ferroalloy furnace, around 20% specific power consumption reduction and all other norms. This is the main advantage. Suppose in Indian ferrochrome plants, we are producing for a specific power of 3,600 units. If you go for this route, you can have only 3,000 units. That is the beauty of this process. And pellets and preheating, no doubt it involves a lot of infrastructure which is to be invested in the initial stage. And this is being adopted only in Tata Bamnipal plant. For the last 30-40 years, that plant is in existence. Tata's invested at that time, and that was originally made by OMC Orissa, later taken over by Tata, and it is the only plant which is being run with this technology. And with improved chromium recovery, 84 to 89%. Of course, once your specific power is coming down and pellets reducibility is good, your CR2, the losses in slags will come down, then your chromium recovery will automatically increase. This is the details of Outokumpu process which is being followed at our Orissa Tata Bamnipal plant. This is just for your understanding, a glimpse of a flow sheet I have presented here. I cannot go into all the details as it requires more time. In brief, as I told you, it involves pelletization, preheating of pellets, and charging to a closed ferroalloy furnace, and then go for separation of metal and slag once it is smelted. Then plasma arc technology details. It is a closed furnace with a single tubular electrode. This is a beauty of this. Here, normally in all ferroalloy furnaces, 3 electrodes will be there. But in plasma arc furnace, only 1 electrode, 1 graphite tubular electrode will be there. Tubular means in that tube,